Seen a lot of things like, people head to toe in Louis Vuittons, pink and golden like Rolls Royces like swinging by the offices.
And we get 2 coffee C's and 1 coffee takeaway.
Over time, what really started striking me was that what we were doing was somewhere, I guess, helping the 0.1% in the world become the 0.01%. So I think when it started, it was more about, your friends and family reaching out, hey, what do I do with my money? So I started giving them a copy of my portfolio. These are like the trades I buy and I sell.
About 2018, when we were just starting off and we did not really know what will users like. So we used to build these early prototypes and come right here to La Pasa, every few weeks a new prototype and talk to random people, right? Hey, what do you think of this? It's very interesting how, we are back here and then, 3 years ago we were here before the team, before the license, before everything.
Hi, my name is Dhruv. I'm 36 years old and I'm the founder and CEO of Syfe. I started as a very young trader. I was, for the first year, also the designated coffee boy for the entire trading floor. 6:30, head to Starbucks, pick up about 30 coffees, and 6:45 reach the office, and that's when my day used to start. I was a portfolio trader. We used to build and trade customized portfolios for institutional clients across the world. These could be like hedge funds, sovereign funds, family offices, sometimes the ultra rich. Seen a lot of things like, people head to toe in Louis Vuittons, pink and golden like Rolls Royces like swinging by the offices, private lifts to take you to only one floor with, somebody pressing buttons so that even that task you don't have to do. Over time, what really started striking me was that what we were doing was somewhere, I guess, helping the 0.1% in the world become the 0.01%. So I would say it's the ultra rich becoming ultra rich, right? Because it was so limited in such a small audience and it was even getting smaller. I think that was something that really bothered me. It felt like there was, to some extent, a lack of purpose, even though it was a very rewarding job. Let's say I had friends who were in the financial circle, and then I had friends who were outside the financial circle, like well-to-do people, lawyers, doctors, consultants. So you had this pool of capital or pool of money that people were really making, but they did not know how to, what to do with it. So I think when it started, it was more about, your friends and family reaching out, hey, what do I do with my money? So I started giving them a copy of my portfolio. These are like the trades I buy and I sell. And they would just end up, replicating that because they still felt, hey, you're a banker, you know this spot better. But understanding it a bit deeper, it came back to that first principle that I spoke about, right? The fact that people were making more money, they did not know what to do with it, but they also understand the importance of doing with it because it was eroding value in the long term. And I think that was somewhere, I would say, the setting seeds of, starting Syfe, when I get at least the first kind of thoughts around, hey, something in this division should be done. As you're figuring out the product you want to build and applying for the license, you have to start building out your team as well. You have to start getting early people who really believe. Because you're in this span, you don't have any salary, you don't have any income. You're like, will this go somewhere? Will I ever get someone to come and work with me? And that was, I think, quite a struggle. When we got that early team, we were still getting a license in some ways, and we were building a product. So we've done everything to go to big corporates back then, find every friend you have who works at a Google or a LinkedIn or the banks, even walk up to random strangers. I remember myself doing user testing in 2018 in La Pasa. One of my other colleagues, he used to be a smoker back then, and over cigarette breaks, started having a conversation. I received a call from a gentleman who was probably in his late 70s. He basically had gone to one of the, the top 3 banks, and one of the pushy salesmen sold him a structured lever note with knockouts, extremely complicated products. He had invested in this product, and he ended up losing about 50-60% when the March correction happened. And because it had knockoffs and all that, he had to capitalize that losses. And then he reached out to us, hey, by the way, can I know a bit more? Can I understand how these offerings work? So he was very clear, this is my story, this is what has happened. I think his exact words were, I have made up my mind to invest with you, and no matter where this call goes, I will. But If you feel it's otherwise, please let me know. And I told him, thank you, I appreciate that you've made up your mind. I would strongly urge, understand our offerings, and if they're right for you, go ahead, but if they're not right, please don't. Every time customers wanted to invest, they were like, can I come and see you in the office? Can we come and meet you in the office? We realized that though this is a digital platform, there is a value of there being a little bit of a human touch to help you understand the offering better and maybe say this is suitable for you or it's not. So keeping that in mind, we build up what we call the Syfe advisory team. This is, MAS licensed wealth representatives who actually can, come and speak to you either over phone, over video, or in person, and help you understand the products better through multiple abilities of, conversations with, the wealth expert team. A lot of clients actually started building that faith and that comfort. Personally, for me, I think the highest impact is being almost close to 95 people from being, zero in 2.5 years ago. Sometimes when you come to work and you see people who come from very different backgrounds, you have a tech person and then you have a marketing person and then you have a banker, all coming together and scribbling things on a whiteboard. I think that coming together, I think, is very empowering, and I feel very good about it. And I think it inspires me also because, hey, if these guys are putting in the time and effort, then it's my responsibility to also put the time and effort, as the case might be. I would say we have started working towards the full circle. I think it will take some more time, but I think I'm at least happy to say that over the last couple of years, the different steps we are taking are in the right direction. Everything we've done, every time we've launched a product, we obviously in the middle of COVID end up raising one of the most phenomenal Series A rounds by world-class investors, is a stamp of approval, a stamp of the fact that what we are doing is working and that's working in the right direction. So have we come a full circle? I don't think so yet, but we're on the right track, and I'm happy about that.